Computer terms you may not know, part 5. And you say, well, man, how many computer terms are there that we really do need to know? Well, okay, we're going to start with this one here. I had a request from one of my viewers, and so therefore I'm going to do this. This here is the Internet Explorer web browser. Okay? You can see up here, I don't know if you can see it over here, but this actually right here is this is something you would see a lot, okay? Most people, well, let's just say many people still use the Internet Explorer web browser, mainly because that's the only one they know that exists. They don't know that there are other web browsers that exist, but this one they know very, very well. It comes with Windows, so when Windows is installed, they find their Internet Explorer. Occasionally it says, hey, we want to update, and you get into another version. The tabs in Internet Explorer 9 look like this. Now, in 7 and 8, they looked a little bit different, so it just depends on what operating system you're running, whether you're running Windows XP, Windows Vista, or Windows 7. I'm running Windows 7, so Internet Explorer 9 and Windows 7 looks like this. This would be one tab here, then you can open up a next tab, so on and so forth. But this is the Internet Explorer web browser. There are other web browsers out there, and I had mentioned that in a previous video, and somebody says, well, I want to see these other ones, okay? Well, this one here is called Firefox. You can see the word Firefox right up there. I know it's not very clear, but you can actually see it right up there. And this is what Firefox looks like. As you can see, the tabs are a little different. There's a plus sign on this tab here, so then now you know you're on Firefox. And this is how Firefox actually looks. Okay? And then we have another one, and it's called Google Chrome. And as you can see, the tabs look very different here. Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. And each one of these web browsers behaves a little differently than the others. Okay, and Apple, believe it or not, has a web browser. It will actually work with Microsoft Windows, and it's called Opera. And I do not have Opera installed. I don't like it. That's just a personal preference of mine. But anyway. So, anyway, we're going to get out of this. And now we're going to talk about a couple of other little things. The first thing we're going to talk about is something called a screen tip. Okay? Whenever you hover your mouse over certain things like this, it'll come up with a screen tip. Now, I had showed you this in my previous video when I hovered the mouse over the Microsoft Windows Start button. Okay? But if you hover your mouse over certain things like this here is a thumbnail. That's what that actual word says thumbnail. This is a thumbnail. And as I told you in the previous video, thumbnails are little pictures that hide hyperlinks, okay? These little pictures hide hyperlinks, and when you click on the picture, it actually takes you to the actual video, okay? So when you see these little links across here, like here on YouTube, if you click that thumbnail, it will take you to that video, and then you can watch that video. Alright, so, like I said, when you hover your mouse over a thumbnail, a screen tip comes up and it says, like thumbnail here. If you hovered your mouse over the start button down here, the word start would appear, and so on and so forth. Okay? So that's another term. I'm going to introduce one more term to you. When you press this button, anytime you see the triangle like this on a video, it's called the play button. Okay? If you see double lines, vertical double lines, it's going to be the pause button. Okay? And whenever you see a speaker on anything, that's sound. Okay? And you're going to adjust the sound going up and down, so on and so forth. Alright, now let's press the play button here. Now you see this little ball here?
Learner, and I'm going to
hover my mouse over the ball. See that ball right there?
Now, technically speaking, there are some things that
I'm going to go ahead and stop this.
Yeah.
Alright. That little ball separates the bright red from the pale red. But this whole bar, from bright red to pale red all the way to the end, there's a great big red bar, goes all the way from start to finish. That is called a progress bar, and it tells you how far along you are in the video. Right now we're at the beginning of the video. Later on, when it comes over here, we'll be close to the middle of the video, and if we kept playing it all the way across, we'd end up at the end of the video. This is a progress bar. That's what it's called. And all your videos are going to have this. If you have MP3 audio, you're going to have a progress bar, so on and so forth. So anytime you see a bar, now some of these bars will be red, sometimes they'll be blue. Just depends. Alright, now we're going to do one more little thing. Hang on just a second. Just hang on. Alright. Now you see this? This is a hyperlink right up here. Now I told you about hyperlinks in the previous video. You see this hyperlink right here? That's another hyperlink. And you can go on and down, 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 down. But here's the question. Why are these purple and these blue? Okay. If you are on your computer, which I am on mine right now, on my computer I have never clicked this hyperlink. Never clicked it at all. Okay? But I have clicked this hyperlink. When it's blue, it indicates that you have never clicked the hyperlink. When it's purple, it means you've clicked it before and you may want to click it again. Who knows? Blue means it's never been clicked. Purple means it has. Okay? So, if you have never clicked a hyperlink on a particular computer, then it's going to be blue. If you have, it's going to be purple. Alright. And I think that's pretty much all I've got to tell you on this particular video. I will tell you more in a future video, so stay tuned.